Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Nat Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. So today we're going to quickly learn how to cut a button down shirt. Alright, so if you are here to subscribe to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on. We are also going to sew this shirt. Alright, so first of all, these are the measurements we're going to be using. We're going to be using a shoulder measurement of 17, bust measurement of, chest measurement of 40, fitting measurement, that's the tummy point, of 38, the hip measurement of 41, and a full length of 28. So guys, to fold our fabric, we are going to consider the biggest measurement for this shirt. Alright, the chest measurement is 40, the hip measurement is 41, so we're going to consider 41, okay, to fold our fabric for the front block. What we are doing basically now is to remove the front block. When we are done removing the front block, we'll now go ahead and remove the back block before we apply our measurements and begin to cut. Right, so our hip measurement is 41 divided by 4, that is 10 and a quarter. Alright, so I folded this fabric into two, you can see. So 10 and a quarter, this is 10 and a quarter. Alright, we still have allowance there, so we can still reduce the folding a little. 10 and a quarter. Alright, we have like 1 inch allowance here. Yeah, so but guys, remember, for shirt we are going to give button allowance. Alright, so our button allowance should be at least 2 inches. Alright, so if you add at least 2.5 inches, so if you add 2.5 inches to this 11.5 you have here, we'll be having 3.5, 4.5, we'll be having 15 words, we'll be having 14 inches. If you add 2.5 to this 11.5 you have here, we'll be having what? 14 inches. Okay, so which means we are folding our fabric by 14 inches because of the 2.5 inch allowance for the button. So let's push it to 14 inches. Hope you understand. Let's push it to 14 inches. Let's see if this is up to 14 inches. This is more than 14 inches. Just adjust it back to 14 inches. Right, so this is 14 inches, guys. Perfect. That's 14 inches. So I've gotten our 14 inches. So all we are trying to do now, guys, don't forget, is to get our front block. When we get our front block, we'll go ahead and get our back block. Then we'll apply our measurements and start cutting. Alright, so the next thing for us to do now, we have gotten our folding, is to check the we are going to slant this here. Watch the fabric. At this point I'm going to slant it, deepen it by what? By 4 inches. Alright, but before I draw the shoulder line, I will fold this 2.5 inch button allowance. Can you see? 2.5 inches exactly. This is for our what? Our button allowance. Mind you, apart from this button allowance, what we were expected to have was simply 11.5. You can see that 11.5 there, so we are correct. So the next thing for us to do is to slant this shoulder line. You can see that. This is very simple, guys. Trust me, it's very simple. Very simple. And the next thing for us to do is to get the full length of this shirt, which is what? 28. And we're going to, at the center of this line, which is here, we're going to mark our 28 inches. This is our 28 inches. And we have gotten the length of our shirt. Guys, if you notice, I didn't add any hemming allowance to this length. I used exactly 28 inches. Don't worry, when we start cutting, you understand why I didn't add. So this is the front block. So this is a front block. This is a front block for our shirt. Let's notch it. Now let's get the back block. So guys, mind you, what we are looking for this back block, we are looking for steel. We are looking for what? 11.5, right? Once we have 11.5, that's it. So this is 11.5. So we are good to go. So guys, there are different ways of cutting this back piece, alright? There are some that carry a line at the back. If you want to do that, you can give allowance for it, but this one, I'm not doing any serious design at the back. It's just plain. So, this is it, alright? So guys, very important notice. I dropped a link in my description. If you check my description, I dropped a link in my description to my WhatsApp page. If you want to be the first to be receiving my videos, please check my description below, and you will see the link there to my WhatsApp group. And hit the link and join the group so that when I drop my videos, you will be the first to be notified. Thank you guys. So to get our back block now, I'm going to first of all slant this. You can see just the same way I slanted the front. Alright, so what I'll do next is to shift this down a little bit, leaving an allowance of 4 inches up here. Alright, allowance of 4 inches. See, 4 inches allowance. See that? So the next thing I'm going to do is to fold this 4 inches allowance inwards. Can you see this? Fold it inwards. Then I will press this. Alright. This is quite simple, guys. Simple as this. So after pressing this, you see, now let me show us that the length of our shirt has come back. The length of our shirt is 28, right? Hemming allowance is. So guys, let me show you that our shirt now has a hemming allowance. This is where the length is, the shirt is starting from the center here. Our shirt length is what? 28. Look at 28 here and look at the allowance we're having. It's up to 30. So you see, this bag that came in here brought the hemming allowance we are looking for. That is why I cut the front piece at exactly the length of the shirt. Please take note. So the next thing for us to do is begin to apply our measurement. We said our shoulder measurement is 17, right? Divide by 2, that will be 8.5. Alright, so this is 8.5 plus hemming allowance, that becomes 9. So this is 9 right here. Alright, so I'm going to extend this 9. It's 9 right here. So the next thing for us to do is to get our arm. And how do you get arm? You get arm by simply dividing your shoulder measurement by 2. Alright, so my shoulder measurement is 17. 17 divided by 2 will give me what? 8.5. This is what? 8.5. But I'm not going to use it completely. I'm going to minus 1.5 inch from it. That will become what? 7. So this is 7. So this is where I'm going to mark my arm. Now watch, I will tell you why I'm minusing this 1.5. The next thing for us to do is to what? Is to get our chest measurement. Our chest is 40, divide by 4, that will be 10, plus seam allowance, that becomes 10 and a half or 10 3/4 based on the allowance you want to give. I'm going to give 10 3/4 inch allowance. Can you see that? So this 9 I had here on my shoulder, please guys pay attention. This 9 I have on my shoulder, I'll bring the 9 here, alright, and this is my 9. Hope we are following. This is very clear. We are trying to curve our arm now. That's what I'm trying to do. So you see, this is my what? My 9. Don't see that. So on this 9, I'm going to come up here by 1.5 inch, alright, and I'll mark in by what? By 1 inch. Can we see that? That's how I'm going to curve my arm, alright. So if I have French curves, you can use them. So you see, this is how I'm going to curve my arm. Can you see this? If you have French curves, you can feel free to use them. If you don't have, you can still use your free hand, and you will get it. So we see, this is our arm right here. Alright, this is our arm. Okay, the next thing for us to do is to identify what? The tummy point, which in this case, this person's tummy point is 15. Alright, this is 15 right here. This is 15. Alright, and remember we said the full length of this shirt is 28. So this is what? 28. Alright, since the shirt plus 1 inch seam allowance, hemming allowance, that becomes 29. So this is our what? Our 29. Alright. Alright, hope we are following. So on this tummy, we said our tummy measurement is what? Is 38. And divided by 4, we are having 9.5. This is 9.5. And remember, our seam allowance is 3/4, so this is it. Plus 3/4 seam allowance becomes 10.25. Coming down to our hip, we said our hip measurement is what? Our hip measurement is 41. Divide by 4, that is 10.25. Alright? Plus 3/4 seam allowance, that becomes 11. Alright? So that is that. So this is how we're going to shape our top. Can we see this? This is very simple, guys. Can we see this? This my curve is not really giving me what I want. Well, let me manage. I think it's not bad. Now at the end point here, watch what I'm going to do here. At the end point here, I'm going to come up by 2.5 inches. I see right here, 2.5 inches. All right, and that we curve it this way. Guys, are you see what I'm doing? This is quite simple and interesting. If you are wondering how shirts are being curved down, this is it, guys. Very simple and interesting. See right here. So next thing, before we come to the neck, we'll cut it out. Now pay attention here what I'm going to do here. I'm going to cut the front. I'm going to cut it like this normally. Now, very important, I said I'll show us why I didn't use the whole 8.5 there. Now, what I'm looking for is 8.5. Watch this. Can you see this? We're having almost 9. Almost 9. So if we had used this 8.5 completely, you see we're having too big an arm. That is why you minus that 1.5 inch. Hope it's taken. Are we seeing this? Are we seeing this? If you like what you are seeing so far, I will appreciate if you can hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on. Now for the front arm here, I'm going to curve it in again, deepen it by, mind you, are dealing with just the front now, okay? At least by half an inch. You see this? Very simple and straightforward. This is to remove the excess allowance, alright, in the front of your top or your shirt, so that it won't rumple when you wear it, okay? This is very important. So next thing for us to do is to check our neck, and the neck here is 16. So for neck of 16, simply we are going to mark 4 inches down and 2.25 inch wide, and we'll curve this. The neck is 16. I have a video on how to get a perfect neck. If you are lost, if you want to know how to do that, please, you can check in my videos. There's a video on how to cut the neck perfectly. Check in my videos and you will master anything that has to do with cutting of the neck. Mind you, I didn't cut from the down part, I cut on the front, you see. Please, don't cut together with the back piece, alright? So I'm going to open it this way and cut here like this. Now see this. So guys, like I said, I'm going to drop a video on how to sew this shirt. We're going to sew it, okay? And I said before that I have a WhatsApp group. What we are separating here rather is the button allowance, okay? The button allowance for the front piece. That's what I'm separating here, right? So I have a WhatsApp group. If you check in my description below, there's a link to my WhatsApp group. Please hit that link and join my WhatsApp group so that whenever I drop my videos, you'll be the first to be notified, alright? Please join that group, it's very important. So guys, you can see we are done with this shirt. The next thing we'll do now is just to cut the yoke. It's to cut the yoke, alright? And to cut the yoke is as simple as anything. Just fold it like this. Fold this piece like this. Once a piece of fabric is, the length is up to 6-7 inches, okay, if it's 7 inches is fine for the yoke. Alright. So you see, this is the back piece, alright? So I'll keep it this way. You see this? And I'll get the yoke. See, there's a yoke for it, so I'm simply going to just hem it. Guys, we're cutting the sleeves too. Okay. We're cutting the sleeves as well, so you go nowhere. So for our sleeves, guys, This is how to cut the sleeves. Very simple. For you to cut your sleeve, you first of all measure the arm size of your shirt. So this is our shirt, okay? Alright. And the arm we have here, we're having allowance, we're having arm here what? Of 10 and a half. Alright? 10 and a half. So since we're having 10 and a half there, we'll simply fold this fabric by just what? By just 9 and a half. Difference of 1 inch. This is 9 and a half. You can give us what we want. 9 and a half. So this sleeve length, guys, this sleeve length is 25, but because we are adding cufflinks to it, we'll make it 23 and a half, just 23 and a half. All right. And for the wrists, because it's cufflinks we are doing, all right, we're going to give it 5 and a half wideness. All right, because the person's wrist is just 7 and a half. Is 7 is 3 and a half. So this is seam allowance. This 2 inches is for seam allowance plus the little dart on the cufflinks. All right, hope that is taken. So the next thing for us to do is to identify our sleeve cap, and our sleeve cap is marked 5 inches below the beginning of the sleeve. So this marks our sleeve cap. This is our sleeve cap. All right. So from here we are going to curve our sleeve. Very simple. Just curve it this way. Can you see that? It's as simple as this. I have a video on how to cut both male and female sleeve. Alright, so please, you can watch that video so that you have a better understanding on how to cut sleeves. Alright, it's very simple. So after getting our sleeve cap, the next thing for us to do is to simply now let me show something. You can simply get a straight line from here to here. All right, or you begin by what? Shaping it. Can you see this? Very simple, guys. Simple and straightforward. Now in shaping this, you have to consider a person's biceps, okay? For this person, his biceps is 13, which is 7 and a half. All right, and the bicep is found at about 9 inches. You see, 6 and a half rather. 13 is 6 and a half. So this is 13. You see, so this is what the seam allowance, even much more than what we are looking for. It's as simple as that. So the next thing is to get the second sleeve. And we'll do that by simply placing this first sleeve on the piece of fabric to get the second sleeve. It is simple and straightforward. So guys, like I said, we're going to stitch this shirt. We're going to join this shirt. In my next video, we're going to join this shirt. So please hit the subscribe button, subscribe, so that when I drop the video on how to stitch this shirt, you'll be notified. And like I said before, the link to my WhatsApp group is in my description. Please check the description below and you see a link there. Click on it and join my WhatsApp community. Alright, so when I drop my videos, you'll be the first to be notified. Thank you so much. Welcome to Nad Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. Thank you.